fluid mechanics lab. Okay, what are the things you are having? Are you able to see the screen now? I will. Very good. You can able to see the screen, guys? Or is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what actually your fluid mechanics and laboratory manual. Okay. Before that, I'll give how your the assessment marks will be allocated. Okay. So actually subject code is 18 MEL 57. Okay. So you are having the internal assessment marks of 40. Okay. So conduction of experiment. So what experiment you are conducting, that carries 12 marks. Okay. So and record writing carries 8 marks and Viva carries 4 marks. So each experiment carries 24 mark, and at the end we are going to conduct a lab internal exam that carries 16 marks. So total marks is 40. Okay. So remember, each and everything carries marks. So whatever experiment you are conducting each week, that carry 12 marks, and whatever you are writing the same experiment with results that carry 8 mark, and Viva carry 4 marks. Okay, totally 24 marks for each experiment. So you have to write the procedure, sketch, okay, and then tabular column, observe readings, then results, etc. So that carries 24 marks, and at the end we are going to conduct lab internal exam that carries 60 marks. So totally, so it will be having 40 marks of internal assessment marks. Okay. As I said, okay, briefly, I'll give what are the experiments you are going to conduct in the fluid mechanics and machinery lab. Okay, so here uh, we are having the individual experiment and group experiment. Okay, so individual experiment, what are the individual experiments you are going to carry out is determination of coefficient of friction of flow in the pipe flow, determination of the minor losses, okay, and then coefficient of impact of jet on the flat and third mains, and then calibration means measurement of discharge through various measuring devices like orifice meter, nozzle, venturimeter, and V notch. Okay, so these are the individual experiments. Okay, remember, first one is major losses, second one is minor losses, impact of jet on vanes, so orifice meter, nozzle, venturimeter, and V notch. So among these experiments, we are going to get one experiment for the exam. Okay, that is individual experiment. And part B, so we are having a group experiment. Okay, group experiment mainly consisting of your turbines, performance testing of turbines. You are going to find out the mechanical efficiency. You are going to find out uh, overall efficiency of the turbine, and meantime you're having characteristic curves. Okay, and hydraulic turbines. This semester you are going to learn in depth, that is in turbo machines. Mainly we are having a Pelton wheel, Francis turbine, and Kaplan turbine. So we are having the three turbines in our lab. Next, we are going to conduct experiment on pumps. One is single stage pump, centrifugal pump, and one is reciprocating pump. And third one is reciprocating air compressor, and fourth one is air blower. So among this one, you are going to get one experiment as a group experiment. Group experiment means 3 to 4 people will carry out the experiment. Okay, so like that, it is divided into two categories: individual experiment and group experiment. Okay, group experiment, turbines, pumps, air compressor, and air blower. Next, scheme of exam. Okay, so as I said, so there are two questions. One question is from individual part that carry 30 marks, and another experiment from group type that carry. Okay, totally 100 marks. Okay, so one is individual experiment carry 30 marks, and group experiment carry 50 marks, and Vivavos carry 20 marks. Okay, this is total 100 marks, and they are going to reduce this 100 marks for 60 marks. 60 marks your final exam, and 40 marks for your internal assessment marks. So totally you will be having 100 marks for this lab. Okay. Now, before going to conduct the experiment, I'll give a brief idea about this one. So, introduction part. Okay. So, all of you have to write this introduction part in the lab manual. This is your lab record that carry marks. Okay. Hence, don't start directly the experiment. Before that, you have to write the introduction part in your lab records. Hardly you are having some 2 pages. Okay, 2 pages are there. Mainly deals with what is the fluid, different types of fluid. Okay, then what is hydrostatic law? What is the viscosity? Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, Bernoulli's theorem, Bernoulli's equations. All about introductory part about the experiments. What you are going to carry out. Okay. So this is the introduction part of fluid mechanics lab. Okay. Actually, in the lab record, all of you have to write the aim, apparatus, everything on the right side of your lab record, and you have to write sketch, observation, a tabular column, everything on the left side of your lab record. Please remember. Okay. So, any queries regarding fluid mechanics lab? These are so that I'll clarify regarding your exam, lab conduction, then record writing, then final exam. Okay. Is it visible? Screen is visible, guys? On the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now today I'll start one individual experiment. Okay, what experiment you are going to carry out in the lab? Okay, so that we'll start one by one. So today I'll start with uh, determination of coefficient of discharge through your orifice meter, because already you studied orifice meter and venturi meter in the fourth semester fluid mechanics. Hence, it will be easy to understand the experiment, how to carry out the experiment. Okay. So actually, in our lab, we are having orifice meter, venturimeter, and nozzle in the combined setup. Okay. Suppose you are going to perform orifice meter, you have to switch on and you have to keep open the valve only for orifice meter. Remaining things you have to close. Like that, suppose you are going to perform experiment on venturimeter, so you have to open the valve for venturimeter and remaining thing you have to close. Like that, we are having the three combined setup, three experiments in a combined setup, that is called orifice meter, venturimeter, and nozzle setup. What you are seeing is the schematic diagram of your orifice meter. Okay, so here major parts. This is your orifice meter. Okay, so what you are actually measuring the rate of flow or discharge. Okay, so already you know the
Sir,
orifice. Tell me,
we are
tell me.
seeing only that
Huh?
fluid mechanics part.
Huh?
We're not able to see the orifice meter page.
In the screen, huh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Not visible, huh?
It's
Okay.
showing scheme of examination.
Scheme of
So you need
examination.
to scroll down.
Okay, I'll stop and I'll reshare once again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Scheme of exam is showing. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Now you see. So it is showing front page.
No.
No,
No,
sir. I
sir.
think it's stuck.
Okay. 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 I'll stop sharing. I'll reshare once again.
But
1 minute. 1 minute. I'll share. Can see the screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Are you seeing front page, right?
Yes, sir.
As I said, today we are doing the experiment on orifice meter. So before that, I'll give brief introduction about orifice meter. So orifice meter is a device used to measure the rate of flow or discharge. You can see the orifice meter on the screen. Orifice meter. Yes, sir. Okay. So orifice meter, Venturi meter, all these devices works on the principle of Bernoulli's theorem. Okay, Bernoulli's theorem means the total energy in a fluid flow remains constant at any point. Okay, so this total energy consisting of three energy. One is kinetic energy, potential energy, and datum energy. That I'll give the equation. P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g plus Z1 equals to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g plus Z2. Where P1 by rho g is called as pressure head, V1 square by 2g is called as velocity or kinetic head, and Z is called as the datum head. Okay. So this is the about experiment. Okay. So this is one is we are having mainly the orifice meter, which is fixed inside a pipe. Okay, and this is connected to manometer. So you can see the manometer. The mercury is used as a manometric fluid in the manometer because of its properties. Like it is having coefficient of thermal expansion. Okay, we can easily see the readings. Okay, and does not stick to the walls. For that purpose, mercury is used as a manometer in the mercury is used as a manometric fluid. Okay, next we are having a pump, and then we are having the discharge control valve. Okay, so this is what exactly what we are having in the lab is this equipment. Okay, so this is the about the sketch, and then you can see below. So this is the orifice meter, and this is the main pipe, and orifice plate is fixed in between. Okay, this is the orifice, and this one is once again it is the main pipe. So this water enters here. You see this one is water enters here, and water discharges. Okay, like that we can take, and it is connected to manometer to measure the pressure readings. Okay, and here next I am going to this one procedure. Okay, so you have to make sure that tappings of the limb in the pipe and delivery valve are closed before switching on the pump. Okay, switch on the pump and open the delivery valve. This is the first procedure. You have to switch on the pump and then you have to open the delivery valve. We are having the delivery valve here. Okay, you can see delivery valve is this one. So first one, switch on the pump. You have to open the delivery valve for the functioning of orifice meter. Okay. Next, rotameter scroll and remove the air bubbles. Any air bubbles are there, you have to remove in the manometer by opening the limb wall of the manometer. Means we are in order to get the accurate readings, you have to remove the air bubbles in the manometer. Okay. Next, you have to note down the difference in manometer readings. Okay. So you see. All of you are having the paper and this one. Can you note down this one? Okay. All of you are having paper and pen. Can you note down this tabular column? Okay. Okay. Please note down. Okay. It's clearly visible on the screen. Okay. So first you have to write the observation. Okay. There are three observations. Area of measuring tank. It is represented by symbol capital A. Okay.
So the
And,
aim.
Yeah. A.
Aim.
Okay. Write down aim to measure the coefficient of discharge of the fluid. Aim. Or to determine the coefficient of discharge of fluid to determine the coefficient of discharge of the fluid through orifice meter. That is the aim. Determination of coefficient of discharge of fluid through orifice meter. Meantime, I'll give what do you mean by coefficient of discharge? Okay, coefficient of discharge is the term which plays very important role in fluid mechanics. It is defined as the ratio of actual discharge to theoretical discharge. Actual discharge means whatever discharge you are finding out experimentally, that is actual discharge, and theoretical discharge is whatever discharge you are measuring, you are getting using theoretical formula, that is theoretical discharge. Hence, you are going to compare the actual discharge and theoretical discharge. You have to find out the ratio.
Can you repeat the aim once?
Aim, determination of, note down, aim, determination of coefficient of discharge, determination of coefficient of discharge of the fluid flow using orifice meter. You have finished this one? Aim. Okay. Meantime, I'll give the apparatus whatever you are using. This setup consisting of orifice meter. This is apparatus. Okay, next, note down the observations. These are the major things. Okay, observation. The area of measuring tank. So you see, you can see the tank in the figure. So this one is your tank. Okay, this one. What I am seeing now. So whatever manometer is kept inside that one is, it is nothing but your measuring tank. This one measuring tank, and it is having the area of 0.12 meter square. Okay, note down the area of measuring tank. Next, inlet diameter of the pipe T1 25 mm and diameter of the orifice, that is 12.5 mm. You remember this orifice diameter will be half of the main pipe diameter. Okay, you see diameter of orifice is 12.5 mm, main diameter is 25 mm, and the area of measuring tank is 0.12 meters. So these things you should remember in order to do the calculation. So all of you note
So
down
could you,
the,
could you upload the manual?
I'll upload the manual in the this one Google classroom. Okay.
Okay.
So time being today this note down, please note down. Okay.
Can you show the observation again, sir?
Which one there? It's not visible.
So should we take down the tabulation also?
I'll explain calculation part also. Okay, simple calculation, not this
Okay.
one. That's why first you have to note down first. The first table indicates yours whatever readings you are going to take. Okay. Same thing you are going to do in the lab also. Okay. So first one, this table, and second table indicates your calculated readings. Okay. So once you are calculating, no, so you have to put it all the calculated values in a tabular form. That is the second table. Okay.
Can
Just
you
you
show
note down the
observation?
observation. Okay. Okay. There are three values you should remember. One is area of measuring tank. Okay. So you remember in this area of measuring tank, no, this is a common value for all the experiments. Okay. We are having the standard measuring tank 0.12 meters square only for whatever experiment you are conducting, your orifice meter, venturi turbine, whatever it is, we are having standard area of measuring tank, that is 0.12 meter square. Okay, remember, for all experiment, this is a standard value and represented by capital A. Remember, okay, and small a is different. So otherwise, first you write this one, okay. Only this first table you write down, okay. Second table I'll explain later. First you write this first table only, how to take the readings. Only this much you take, enough. This much you write, enough. Anybody, what is the difference between orifice meter and venturi meter? Anybody? Can you explain? Difference between orifice meter and venturi meter. So please note down only observation and the first tabular column. Enough. Over.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll tell what are the readings you are going to take. Okay, first one, serial number, rise in water level. Okay, so rise in water level means as the fluid flow we are having, then the pipe. Okay, so whatever this pipe, how much rise of water level takes place, we kept on standard value, that is 0.1 meter, or for all the readings we are going to take 10 centimeter of water level rise. Okay. So for all experiment, we kept some standard. Okay. So we're going to measure. So how time it will be taken for the rise of water in particular seconds. Okay. Suppose some 27 seconds and 28 seconds like that. So that we are going to measure the rise of water level for 10 centimeter. Okay. In that pipe, we are having the readings. Just whenever that water level reaches 10 centimeter, we are going to stop the stopwatch. Okay, we have to start from the beginning and then at the end when it reaches 10 centimeter of water level. In that case, we are going to stop the stopwatch and then we are going to note down how much amount of the time it will take for the rise of 10 centimeter of water as the fluid flow inside the orifice meter. Okay, and this is the one reading. Okay, you have to use the stopwatch. Okay, to take how much time it will take for the rise of 10 centimeter. Remember, always we are going to take 10 centimeter of water level in the pipe. Okay. Next, manometer reading. As I said, we are having, you see the manometer here. Okay. So manometer is a device used to measure the pressure difference between 2 points. Okay. Already studied this pressure measuring instrument in the previous semester, that is fluid mechanics.
Sir, on the right side, what are the other arrangements, sir?
Where actually? Show.
The tank and the orifice meter is on the left side. After that, there are so many pipes, no, sir. What is that?
Pipes, those are connecting pipes called as hose pipes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Connecting pipes. Okay.
That's all.
Mainly,
There's no other important thing on the right side, sir.
no. Mainly, we are concentrating on this one. Okay, what you are seeing in the orifice meter, no, that one. And then you see the measuring scale, measuring tank is there. No, you are seeing this one. No, it's the second important part. And third part is your manometer. These are the things we are going to concentrate. Okay. So this one, orifice meter. This is the measuring tank. You see, measuring scale is there. So that measuring scale, it is expressed in 10 centimeter, 20, 30 like that. So starting we are not having any rise of the water level. As the fluid flow inside the orifice meter, because of the pressure, there will be a rise of the water level in the measuring tank, so that when it reaches 10 centimeter, okay, here 10 centimeter, we are going to note down that 10 centimeter rise of water level. So once you note down this one, after that, so we are going to find out what is the H1 and H2 value in the manometer. Very simple experiment. It is not so complicated. Okay. So H1 is the reading in the left. We are having two columns in the manometer. One is the left limb. Okay. One is the right limb. Already studied different types of pressure, like pressure, gauge pressure, vacuum pressure, etc. Okay. Vacuum pressure is the one which is the pressure below atmospheric pressure. And then the gauge pressure is the one which is measured with respect to absolute pressure as a measuring scale, and gauge pressure is above the atmospheric pressure. Like that, you studied so many pressures. So we are going to note down the value of H1 and H2. Okay, H1, we have to note down the value of H1, and actually these readings are in centimeter, like 10, 20 centimeter, like that. You have to convert that centimeter reading into meter reading. Suppose you are getting H1 as 20 centimeter in the left column, you take two columns, H1 as the left and H2 as the right. Like that you have to take. Okay, whatever readings in the left limb indicates H1, whatever reading in the right limb indicates H2. Okay, you remember we are getting the readings in centimeter. After that, we are going to get the readings in meters. If it is 20 centimeter, it is 0.2 meter. If it is 30 centimeter, it is 0.3 meter. Like that, the conversion factor is most important in fluid mechanics lab. Okay, so don't put whatever readings you are taken directly. You have to convert the readings. Okay, this first one is rise of water level, time taken for the rise of water, and then H1. Suppose it is 30 centimeter, put 0.3, and H2 is 0.2, and H is difference H1 minus H2. Okay, so 0.3 and 0.2. Okay, you will get 0.1 meters. Just it is the difference of two readings. That is called as differential head. Already studied in fluid mechanics. Okay, this is very simple. You are going to take only four readings. Rise of water level, that is constant, that is 0.1 meter. Only you have to note down these three readings: time taken, H1 and H2. Okay, only three readings you have to take. Next, all of you have to write down the formula specimen calculation. Okay.
So we don't
Calculation.
So we don't have to take down the second table.
Second table, you want to note down? No, note down. Okay. Because first I'll explain specimen calculation. Okay, note down second. This one also. Okay. Please note down second tab column also. Okay.
So how many readings for the first table? How many readings for the first table?
First table, I'll 1 or 2 readings. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you note down this second table reading. Okay. One is loss of head in meters. You remember, okay, don't be confusion. One is small h. Small h is your difference in, that is called differential head. Okay, and capital H is your loss of head. And we are having specific formula for capital H. Okay. After that, you are having actual discharge represented by Q actual in meter cube per second. Already you know the unit of discharge. It is the rate of fluid flow per second. Okay, so we are going to express that actual discharge in meter cube per second. Theoretical discharge, next column. Theoretical discharge is obtained by using the empirical formula, that is standard equation. Next, coefficient of discharge, average CD, and Reynolds number. So these are, you are having 7 columns in the calculated readings. First one is observed readings, whatever first table gives your observed readings, and second table gives your calculated readings. Okay. Note down 7 columns, serial number, loss of head represented by capital H, actual discharge Q suffix QH, theoretical discharge QEHE means theoretical discharge, coefficient of discharge, average CD. Suppose you are having 3 readings, you have to take the average of 3 calculated readings, that is average. Suppose you are getting 0.8, 0.9, 0.7 like that. You have to take average of these 3 readings, that is the average CD. And then Reynolds number you have to calculate for individual reading. Okay, Reynolds number it is given by rho VD by mu. Okay, so Reynolds number plays very important role in laminar flow and turbulent flow. If Reynolds number is less than 2000, we are calling it as the laminar flow. If Reynolds number is greater than 4000, we are calling it as the turbulent flow. Okay, if Reynolds number lies in between 2000 and 4000, we are calling it as the transition phase. Okay, it's neither laminar flow or turbulent flow. So you keep in mind these numbers. If it is less than 2000, laminar, greater than 4000, turbulent. If it lies in between 2000 and 4000, we are calling it as transition zone. Okay, neither laminar nor turbulent.
So the first table, what is the heading? Can you scroll and
Heading observed readings. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Observed. And second table is calculated readings. That's it. Okay. Means actually you are going to take the readings in this one, and we are going to enter those values in table 1, and after calculation, so you have to put all the calculated values in your second table, tabular column. Okay. Actually, this is the procedure to the experiment in FM lab. Okay. All of you finished that one tabular column.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now most important is your calculation part. Okay, so I said, so in the your lab record you have to write first one experiment number, title of the experiment, aim, apparatus used, procedure, everything on the right side of your lab record. In the left side you have to draw the sketch for all the experiment. You have to draw the sketch. Okay, and then below that you have to draw this tabular column. Okay, so once the tabular column is over, you have to note down the readings. Okay, now I'll give the formula. Okay, these are a simple formula, not so complicated. Okay, in individual experiment the formula are very simple. Okay, the first one is loss of head. Okay, the first column, how to calculate loss of head. It is given by small h into Sg minus Sw. Okay, small h is what? H1 minus H2. Whatever manometer readings you are taking, the difference between the two readings gives the differential head, that is represented by small h. This is how we are going to get small h. and in the bracket we're having Sg minus Sw. Sg is specific gravity of mercury. So what is specific gravity of mercury? Can you tell? What is specific gravity of mercury? And what is specific gravity of water? Anybody? Specific gravity. How we are going to define specific gravity of a fluid? Okay. So I'll tell specific gravity is defined as it is the ratio of density of the given liquid to density of standard liquid. Suppose density of given liquid is 700 and density of standard liquid is water. So your specific gravity will be 700 divided by 1000. You'll get specific gravity of given fluid as 0.7. That is a formula to find out specific gravity of any fluid. Okay. And specific gravity of mercury, you remember, it is 13.6. Okay. And density will be 13.6 into 1000. That is 13,600 kg per meter cube is the density of mercury. Okay. On the other hand, specific gravity of water is 1. Okay. So density of water will be 1 into 1000. That is 1000 kg per meter cube. And specific gravity has no units because it is a ratio. Density, the unit of density is kg per meter cube. This standard value you should remember. Density of water is 1000. Density of air is approximately 1. And then density of mercury is 13,600. Okay. So specific gravity of mercury will be 13.6. Specific gravity of water will be 1. Okay. So you remember these are the two standard value into H. Whatever difference you are getting H, that is H1 minus H2 is H. So the product of H and the difference in specific gravity of mercury and water gives your loss of head. Okay. So why you are taking mercury? Because mercury is used as a manometric fluid. For that purpose, you have to take the specific gravity of mercury, and water is flowing inside the orifice meter. So the difference between specific gravity of water and mercury and H, small h, that gives the loss of head. Okay. This is the first formula. All of you note down. Capital H equals to first column calculation. Capital H equals to small h into Sg minus Sw. Sg is 13.6 and Sw is 1. Shall I go for next part? Next calculation?
Yes, sir.
Next calculation is your actual discharge. Okay. Actual discharge is this, you remember, once you remember this formula, this will be common for all the experiment. Okay. Actual discharge is given by product of A into R. Capital R divided by small t. Capital A is what? Area of measuring tank. So what you have taken in the observation, that is 0.12 into R. R is rise of water level. That is always 10 centimeter. You have to take 0.1 meter standard. 0.12 into 0.1. Numerator is standard. Okay, remember A is area of measuring tank, 0.12 meter square. R is rise of water level, that is 10 centimeter. That is nothing but 1.1 meter. Okay, and you have to whatever time recorded during the rise of 10 centimeter of water, that is nothing but your small t. Okay, it's a simple formula to calculate the actual discharge. AR by T. A is 0.12, R is 0.1, and T is time in second. You have to, anyhow you are getting the time in second only. So at the beginning of the rise, you have to start your stopwatch. So when it reaches 10 centimeter of the water level, you have to stop your stopwatch and you have to note down the time readings. That is nothing but your small t. Okay. So how we are getting meter cube per second? The unit of A is meter square and R is meter. So meter square into meter is meter cube. and time is second. So meter cube per second. This is the unit of discharge. AR by T. Okay. Understood this one? AR by T.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please note down this one. First reading is capital H is small h into Sg minus Sw. Second formula is Q actual equals to A into R divided by T. And third formula is theoretical discharge. How to find out the theoretical discharge? So note down the formula. A1, A2. It's not capital A1, A2. It is small A1, A2 into square root of 2GH divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. Already you derived this derivation in fluid mechanics. That is coefficient actual theoretical discharge. You have done problems also, okay, in orifice meter, venturi meter, etc. Same formula we are using here. A1, A2 into square root of 2G into capital H divided by square root of A1 square minus of A2 square. Okay. I will tell the actual meaning of this term. A1 is cross-sectional area of main pipe. Okay. So diameter of main pipe is 25 mm. Okay. What you have written in the observation. Okay. And diameter of orifice is 12.5 mm. Okay. So A1 is the cross-sectional area of main pipe, that is pi by 4 d1 square. D1 is 25 mm. You have to convert in meters. So how we are going to convert mm to meter is divided by 1000. 25 divided by 1000, that is 0.025 meter. So small a1 is pi by 4 into d1 square. Pi by 4 into 0.025 square. That is nothing but your A1. Next, small a2 is your cross-sectional area of orifice. Whatever orifice it is fixed in the pipe, you have to note down that area. A2 is cross-sectional area of orifice. That is pi by 4 into d2 square. Okay, pi by 4 into diameter of orifice is 12.5 mm. So 12.5 pi by 4 into 0.0125 square. That gives your A2, cross-sectional area of orifice. You remember, don't take the units in mm. You have to convert in meter because we are going to express discharge in meter cube per second. So A1 is pi by 4 into 0.025 square. A2 is pi by 4 into 0.0125 square. And the square root of 2 constant. G is also constant. Acceleration due to gravity, that you have to take 9.81 meter per second square. And next, capital H. Capital H, what you have calculated in calculation 1, that is small h into Sg minus Sw. That is nothing but your capital H. A1 is cross-sectional area of main pipe. A2 is cross-sectional area of orifice. 2 constant, G constant, and capital H is small h into Sg minus Sw. Once again, in the denominator we are having A1 minus A2 square. So by calculating all this one, we have to find out theoretical discharge. So these are the two major things you are going to find out in this experiment. One is actual discharge, that is AR by T, 0.12 into 0.1 divided by time taken using stopwatch. And this is a theoretical discharge using the empirical relation. A1, A2, square root of 2GH divided by square root of A1 square minus A2 square. So once you find out these two discharge, actual and theoretical discharge, so next is coefficient of discharge. As I said, coefficient of discharge is the ratio of actual discharge divided by theoretical discharge. Once again, you remember the coefficient of discharge of orifice meter is less than venturi meter because of the construction. So because of its construction, losses will be more, hence we will get the less coefficient of discharge in orifice meter as compared to venturi meter. Okay, coefficient of discharge for orifice meter varies from 0.6 to 0.7. On the other hand, we'll get the accurate readings in venturi meter, and it gives from 0.9 to 0.98 theoretically, and but experimentally you get the less value. Okay, so coefficient of discharge for orifice meter is less than that of venturi meter. Okay, so same experiment we are going to calculate using venturi meter also, same formula, no change. Okay, and whatever formula you are using, these are the formula common for the experiment. One is orifice meter, one is venturi meter, and one is nozzle. That's why I try to understand this formula. Okay, so this is the fourth one, coefficient of discharge. Then finally, we are having the Reynolds number. Okay, Reynolds number is, as I said, it is a ratio of rho Vd by mu. Okay, rho is what? Density of water, 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, next V. So we know that Q actually equals to the discharge is given by product of area into velocity. So V equals to what? Q by A. Always you have to take actual discharge, don't take theoretical discharge, because we are doing the thing experimentally. So you have to take the actual discharge divided by A. So A is area of orifice meter. Water is nothing but your A1. Both are same. Okay. A and A1 are same. So Q by A1. Q actual divided by A1. That gives your velocity of fluid flow. And then diameter of orifice. Okay. So diameter of you have to take diameter of main pipe only, not orifice, because we are going to deal with the main pipe. So actual D is 25 mm. Okay. And one more thing is mu. Mu is what? Dynamic viscosity of water. Okay. So please note down dynamic viscosity of water as 0.001 Newton second per meter square. Remember mu. Okay. Rho is 1000. V is Q actual divided by A. D is 25 mm and mu is 0.001. Okay, these are standard. Here in this equation, you are going to calculate only velocity. That is Q actual divided by A. Okay, these are the 5 formula in this experiment. Okay, any doubts? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. So you should know how to write the observed readings, then calculated readings, and then calculation. 5 formulas there. Okay. So once you know this one, you are going to calculate. So whatever calculated values, you are going to put it in the calculated tabular column. Okay, as I said, okay, you are calculating loss of head using the formula, actual discharge what you got, theoretical discharge what you got, coefficient of discharge. Then you are going to take the experiment for 2 to 3 readings, and then you have to find out the average CD. So we are taking for only one reading, just to put that value only, and Reynolds number what you are getting. Okay. So this is the procedure and calculation for the determination of the coefficient of discharge through orifice meter. Okay. Okay. Now I'll give one set of reading. Can you do the calculation, guys? And sure. I'll give the readings. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So serial number 1 you take. Okay. As I said, rise in water level is always 10 centimeter. You write on 0.1 meter. This is a standard value, 0.1 meter. Time taken, we note down. Okay. 39 seconds.
Done, sir.
So calculations are very simple. Okay. First reading write down, rise in level 0.1 meter. For all the readings 0.1 only. Time taken for first set of reading, it is 39 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Shall I give this H1 is 8.7? Note down. So first set 0.1 meter, rise is 39 and H1 is 8.7. H2 is 3.4. Then you have to find out H, that is H1 minus H2. Okay. Whatever readings I am giving, that is in centimeter, you have to convert in meter. Okay.
Sir, you said it's in meters only.
Meter only, just a minute. Correct. That's meter.
5.3.
5.3. Okay.
H1 meter.
Just a minute. Okay.
Is H1 plus H2 or H1 minus H2?
Minus.
H is H1 minus H2. Okay. Minus. Already you know sign convention. No, suppose if the limb goes below the level, you are going to take into. I am not giving equivalue. Okay, you have to take this difference. Okay, H1 minus H2. You have to take. Okay. Okay. Finished first set 0.1, 39, 8.7, and 3.4. H is 8.7 minus 3.4. Okay. Second one note down. Only two. Tell me.
8.7 meters.
Yeah. Everything is in meters already.
Purushottam Reddy. Purushottam Reddy.
Tell me. Hello. Okay. You calculate only for this reading. Okay. Just Only one reading enough. Okay. Just you do the calculation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Only one calculation. And just tell me what are the CD you are getting. Okay. What is the value of CD you are getting? H is you have to take is how much 8.7 into 13.6 minus 1. Okay. Next you have to take the CR by T. The simple calculation. Just you do the calculation and tell me how much CD you are getting.
Sir, the specific gravity of mercury is in gram per cc.
No, wrong. That is wrong actually. We don't have this one. Okay, that is the standard value 13.6. We don't have unit for specific gravity. Wrong that one. Okay.
So I should take it as 13.6 only. Sir.
Only standard value.
Okay.
No unit for specific gravity. Record ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಪ್ಪು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ
Sir,
tell me.
will this video be available later also, sir?
We'll share. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, in
So
the
first-
formula, you have given
first-
h is equal to small h is equal to h1 plus h2. And from the previous table, we have taken it as h1 minus h2.
No. Okay. I gave this difference only. Okay. Don't take plus. Okay. So you'll come to know while conducting the experiment again. Okay.
So even in the formula, it is h from the previous table. This,
Capital H is small h into Hg minus Hw. Small h is H1 minus H2. Okay.
Okay. It's 66.78 capital H.
No, actually, you are getting exact idea when you are going to do the experiment. Okay. So because we are having the levels above the reference level and below the reference level actually. Okay.
Yes, sir.
List it. ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅರ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು
And R values.
ಒಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ
The values of R and T.
R is a 0.1 meter. Okay. A is 0.12 and small t is 39 seconds. A is 0.12, R is 0.1 and T is 39 seconds.
Okay, sir. A1 and A2, sir. A1 and A2.
A1 is you have to calculate. Okay. A1 is pi by 4 into 0.25. Sorry, 25 mm. You have to convert it with how much? 25 by 1000. How much? 0.025, right?
Yes, sir.
A1 is pi by 4 into 0.025 square. That is A1. And A2 is pi by 4 into 0.0125 square.
So CD coming as 0.066.
0.066. You should get 0.66.
Oh, okay.
You see, check it out. That's why I said you have to convert units properly. Okay. Suppose you get 0.66, it is correct. Where you have done anything wrong, like getting up.
No, sir.
I think where you made mistake. Which you tell me what are the values for actual discharge and this one theoretical discharge. You tell me the value.
3.07 into 10 power minus 4
For
actual, and 4.6 into 10 power minus 3 for theoretical.
no, you should get same thing. There is -4 only. Okay, check it out.
I'll check, sir.
Suppose if you take that centimeter into meter, can you check it out? That one you'll get correctly. That 8.7 centimeters, there no difference. Okay. Can you convert in meter and do it? Now I think you get it.
So we took it as meter only, sir.
So G value 9.8 is okay.
Is 9.81.
81. Okay. .587 into 10 power minus 3 is theoretical. Actual is 3.0769 into 10 power minus 4.
-4. Huh?
Yes, sir.
One is -4, one is -3.
One is -3.
How much you are getting CD?
.067. Sir?
Just a minute. Centimeter. Degrees are inside. Can you please change that this H1, H2? Can you take in centimeter? Okay. Can you do it?
So what should be the answer?
Actually, you should get 0.66, not 0.067. Okay. You should get 0.6, 0.7 like that. So can you take that readings in centimeter and do it? Is it possible? Can you get correctly? Small h is there. Small h is there. No, you take the readings in centimeter. Okay.
From the beginning, sir.
No, only that part. Okay. Small h is how much? 8.7 centimeters there. No, convert in meter. Okay. How much you get? Centimeter to meter. Only that part. Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Centimeter.
ಅದು ನೀವು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಮೀಟರ್ ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಇದಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಮೇಲಿಂದ ತೆಗೆದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ
So what's the head value?
Huh?
What is the loss of head value, sir?
Capital.
Loss of head value small h into Hg minus Sw. That is standard. 13.6 minus 1.
You'll get it
Into-
at 0.6678 if you convert it.
6.678.
ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡೋಣ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವನ್ವರೆಗೆ ಜೀವನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ ಇದು ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್
Yes, sir. Now both are in 10 power minus 4.
Where now you are getting correctly? Now you are getting correctly?
1 minute, sir.
Whatever that minus 3 is there, no, you should get same value in both the actual and the theoretical discharge.
Zero point 6692.
Correct. Sorry. Actually, you have to take that readings in centimeters. Sorry. Okay. Please change that one. So instead of this one, not converted, you have to convert in meter. And now you're getting correctly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, I'm going to share some 10 questions in this one chat box. All of you have to answer all the simple questions. You cannot complicated question related to your experiment only. So you have to answer all the questions, and then you have to write your USN and. How about others? Jayan Bansali. Okay. Jayan Bansali.
Yes, sure. I'm trying.
Are you doing calculation? Okay.
Yes, I'm trying.
Do it there. Okay. You have to do calculation. No will come from Govindraj. ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ 22 ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೆವೆಂತ್ ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್.
ಇದು ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
So everyone you have to try. That's why I gave only one reading. Okay, so not much. You have to do the calculation. Then only you'll come to know how to do the calculation in FM. Very simple calculation. Okay. First one is capital H. Second one is Q actual. Third one is Q theoretical. And fourth one is CD. And fifth one is Reynolds number. Okay. And mu is 0.001. You remember. Alap Mundir,
Yes, sir.
are you getting now?
Yes, sir. I got 0.66.
0.6 you got, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to take that readings in centimeter. You have to convert in meter. You'll get correct answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So as I said, orifice meter, you get less value. Okay, usually 0.6 to 0.7. On the other hand, venturimeter is most accurate device. Procedure is same. Okay. No change in procedure, no change in formula. Okay. Only the apparatus changes. That's why you have to understand this one. And remaining two experiments, that is venturimeter and a nozzle, are exactly same. Okay, no change at all. That's why. So all of you have to calculate this one and get the answer for CD and Reynolds number.
Okay, sir.
Yay!
What is that, Mohinraj?
Yay!
Sai Sumant. Okay. Sai Sumant
Yes, sir.
doing the calculation.
Yes, sir. Doing.
How much you are getting? Understand any doubts, Sai Sumant?
No, sir. I'm doing.
Okay. Doing and tell the answer or how much you are getting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Astesh Nadella.
So I'm doing so.
Okay. You understood the procedure how to do the calculation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do simple calculation. That's why I gave only one reading. Biban. Biban Kalita. Biban. Biban Kalita.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you doing calculation, Biban? Do the calculation and tell me the answer, okay? Karishma. Karishma. Karishma Indudara. Darshan. Darshan, yes.
Yes, sir.
Are you doing the calculation? Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Do the calculation and tell me the answer. A simple calculation, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Ibad Kausar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Doing the calculation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing.
Do the calculation. Tell me the answer. Simple calculation. Okay.
So if you're done, we can leave, sir.
No, I'll post some questions, sir. You have to answer those questions and then you can do it. Okay.
So you can put it on Google Classroom and we can
Google Classroom.
we'll answer it over there, sir.
Not here. Chat box.
No, sir. We other subjects we do that.
Okay. Try to answer. I'm posting now. Okay. Try to answer as much as possible. Okay. You can leave it. Okay. Meantime, I'll put MCQ questions in the Google Classroom. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Just a one word. This one word answer. Whatever you know, you answer it. Just okay.
Okay, sir.
And then after writing, you write your USN and. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
So how will we write this in the chat box, sir?
Chat box, one word. Question number 1. Define fluid. Okay. Definition of fluid like that. Okay. One word. Don't write too much. Okay. Don't write question. Only answer. Okay. Only answer. One word. Okay. One line. That's it. Not more than that.
Okay, sir. You put the quiz on Google Classroom, sir.
What?
Put the quiz in Google Classroom, sir. We'll answer that.
Okay.
You can just make a Google form and we can just add.
Google form. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If possible, you answer it. Okay. Otherwise, I'll put it in the Google Classroom. If possible is there, just you answer it. Otherwise, okay.
So we'll type our USNs in the chat box for attendance.
Okay. So all of you have to type your USN in the chat box for attendance purpose. Okay. Those who have attended, all of you have to type your USN and name. Okay.
Sir, can we leave?
Okay, so suppose you got the answer, no? Reynolds number, how much you got? Reynolds number, can you tell the answer? Okay.
1 second. So row value, density of water.
Row value is 1000. Okay.
Okay. Velocity.
Velocity is q actual by a. Okay, that's why I said no, just you tell the answer and that's one. Wait, I want CD and Reynolds number. Okay. Only two readings, two answers. So rho VD by mu I'll tell. Okay, rho is 1000. V is q actual. What you are getting? No, divided by pi by 4 into d square. Okay, that you have to take. And d1 is
So A value 0.12 you have given. That's not the one.
no, not that is capital A. Okay. This is the area of orifice meter you have to take.
So for velocity.
No, Q actual you are getting, no, you are getting Q actual, right?
Yes, sir.
The Q actual divided by area. Okay. Area is pi by 4 into that your area of diameter of orifice how much. Don't take capital A. Okay. Measuring tank does not comes into picture here. Okay. Remember.
Sir, so pi by 4 into d
Pi
square.
by 4 into d square. Okay.
D value.
Diameter of orifice how much? Okay.
Okay, sir, got it.
12.5.
Even Alap also you have to do the calculation for Reynolds number.
12.5 mm.
12.5 mm you have to convert in meter, that one.
Okay, sir.
How about others? Okay. I'm not getting answer from anyone. You have to do the calculation, simple calculation. Okay. I'm telling you, in fluid mechanics lab, you are having multiple calculations. Okay. This is what? Huh? You have to do the calculation and tell me the answer, all of you. Okay.
So what is Q actual value?
Q actually you are calculating, no? That is A into R divided by T. A is how much? 0.12 into R is 0.1 divided by 39. That is your Q actual. Okay. AR by T. A is 0.12. R is 0.1 divided by T is 39.
So in row B D by mu, what is D? D1 or D2, sir? We've taken D1 for the area.
D1 only you have to take. That is 25 mm. You have to convert in meter.
Okay.
And mu is 0.001. Okay. Standard value for water.
0.0626.
What? Reynolds number?
Yes, sir.
Wrong.
So for V calculation, we've taken D2. Diameter of orifice is D2.
That
And for
which
the,
which you have taken in meters. That one.
yes, sir.
How much you have taken?
12.5 into 10 power 3.
Can you do it once again? I think somewhere went wrong.
Yes, sir.
Do see the calculation once again. Rho is 1000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rho is 1000 and mu is 0.001. D1 is your 25 mm. You have to convert in meter. Only V is Q actual by A. Okay.
Okay, I'll check.
Darshan. Okay.
Sir, V is 2.50.
How much velocity? You tell me velocity, how much you're getting?
2.507
Meter per second, okay.
into 10 power minus 12.
No, that is meter per second only, right? No, don't put -3 like that.
Okay, sir.
Whatever answer you're getting, no, that is meter per second only. Okay.
So it will be 2.507.
2.507 into 1000 into 25 into 10 to the power of -3 divided by 0.001.
Okay, sir.
Bas Kausar, okay.
Sir, then we shouldn't convert 12.5 mm.
2 meter you have to convert. Okay.
If we convert, then it will come into 10 power minus 12, sir.
No, actually, how much you're getting velocity? 2.5, that is correct answer. I think.
2.507 into 10 power minus 12. So that minus 12 should go means we shouldn't convert.
Minus you're getting, that.
Or I think the value that you've given 12.5 is already in meter, not in mm. Could you check that, sir? Because otherwise you'll get power.
You could not get power. You're getting velocity in round number only. Okay.
RE value will be 6.2675 into 10 power 10.
10 power 10 you're getting, right? Okay.
6.2675.
Correct. That is a turbulent flow only. Okay. Correct.
Yes, sir. So the value that you've given for D2 is not in mm.
One.
And only D1 is in mm.
No, D2 is also in mm, 12.5 mm. Okay.
Then V value will come in 10 power minus 12, sir.
Minus?
12. 10 power minus 12.
No. Both diameter in mm only. D1 is 25 mm and D2 is 12.5 mm because D2 will be half of D1.
Okay, sir.
No, your CD is correct. 0.6 is how much you're getting. That is exactly right. Only just check it out. No, rho VD by mu, no, rho we know. Okay. Mu we know. D also we know. Only calculation is your velocity. Q actual by A. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Just you go through that part only. Only that part.
Okay, sir. Can we leave the call now, sir?
Just do the calculation.
Done, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Alap, left. Alap, how much you are getting Reynolds number? Alap.
I'm getting some weird answers, like 30,000 or something.
30,000? Correct. How much you're getting? Tell me that answer.
30,048.
Correct. That is turbulent flow only. Okay.
Is that a correct answer, sir?
Yeah, correct only. Yeah, okay.
Then I'm done, sir.
No. You tell me how much value of V you got? Velocity Q by A. Q by A. How much you're getting?
I didn't put it like cube. I just directly wrote Q by A. So
How you calculated that? Tell me that Reynolds number. How you calculate? Tell me the procedure.
Yes, sir. Same this formula, sir.
Rho VD by mu, right?
Yes, sir.
Rho is 1000.
Rho is 1000. V is Q by A. Q is Q actual, and
A what you have taken?
A is area of orifice meter.
How much? A1 or A2?
A2.
Okay. D then D diameter of pipe.
Yeah, 12.5 into 10 power minus 3.
Good. Divided by mu 0.001.
Yeah.
So whatever you are having that papers, no, don't this one lose. Okay. So you have to submit. Okay, that all in the Google Classroom. That's why I used to tell all these things. Okay. You have to write your name, USN, and you have to submit those papers. So that is that carries 24 marks. Okay, as I said, individual experiment carries 24 marks. So based upon your calculation only, we are going to give the marks, record marks. You're having sheet, right? That sheet. Guys, all of you have to do the calculations. Okay, don't lose the papers and do the calculation. Get the values of Reynolds number and coefficient of discharge. Okay, and you have to write your name and USN. Okay, only one calculation. What about others? Sai Sumant. Okay. Sai Sumant doing?
Exercise.
How much you got? CD.
CD I got 0.66.
Good. Just try to calculate the Reynolds number. Okay. Purushottam Reddy. Purushottam Reddy, where are you? Buddha Purushottam Reddy. Purushottam Reddy. Jitin Kumar. Jitin Kumar V.
Yes, sir.
Are you following? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Doing calculation?
Yes, sir, I'm doing.
Okay. Ashtesh, how much you got CD?
0.66, sir.
How about Reynolds number?
Sir, I'm doing, sir.
You know the values? Rho is 1000. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And V is Q actual what you are getting, no, divided by A2. That's it.
Okay.
V. Then D, rho V, D is your D2. Okay. Divided by mu. Mu standard value row note down 0.001.
Okay, sir.
Jayan Bansali. Jayant, are you doing? Okay, all of you, those who have not entered your USN in the chat box, enter your this one, chat box. Your USN in the chat box. Purushottam Reddy. Okay, guys, all of you have to do the calculation, and please keep the papers, whatever you are having, calculations, and then you have to write your name and USN on the sheets. And sometimes used to tell to upload those sheets in the Google Classroom. Okay, that's why don't lose those papers. Whatever calculation you are having, keep with you. Okay, and whenever we are going to ask for submission, you have to submit those sheets only. Okay, because each and every experiment carries marks. Okay. Ankit Nambiar. Ankit Nambiar. Ankit Nambiar. Okay, those who have not done the calculations, so finish the calculation early. Okay, only one reading. Get the answer for coefficient of discharge and Reynolds number.